Welcome back to Dr. Supercoach. In this episode, we will be discussing the Optimizer team by Supercoach Plus and how it's going as the weeks go on. Coming up. Hey, what's up? It's JB from Dr. Supercoach, and if this is your first appointment, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming updates from us at the Dr. Supercoach. Now, today's episode is focused on, as I mentioned, the Supercoach Plus, the Supercoach Premium team that we've had here going since the beginning of the season. And as you can see on screen, it did not go amazingly this week. Another donut in defense, nearly a donut in the midfield, and very nearly a donut in the forward line as well. Somehow holding on and starving away those donuts. What can I say about the team so far? We are ranked about 125k. So if I have a look here, you can see 1886. Ranking for the round was 129k. Season rank is 125k. Somehow we lost 800 ranks only this week. There must not be too many people below us even playing the game. There are 50,000. We have 31 trades remaining. We've somehow only made $450,000 since the start of the season. Things aren't looking great. If we go to our history, so we didn't make trades last week. We had a look at the team, and the optimizer didn't throw anything up to us that we liked, so we did not make trades. However, we had in the first week Sam Darcy and Flanders go to McKenna and Horne-Francis. Kind of positive trades. However, the optimizer did tell us to spit Horne-Francis straight back out with Oscar Allen, who played well this week, and Shea Bolton for Setterfield, LDU, and Chandler. Again, those are three positive trade-ins at least. It's just the trade-outs are interesting to say the least. Not quite working out how we expected them to. So we are essentially 4 trades down with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 premiums. I don't think Hayden Young, maybe you could say Will Day is an 11th premium in the side. It could honestly be worse. But you look at the bench and the situation with, we got Gilby, he's not going to play. Cincotta, who might actually play as early as this week, but I don't think does. Actually, teams are out. That's the Thursday game, not named since Cincotta, so that's not ideal. Humphrey, not going to make any money or very minimal money. Same with Hewitt. Might actually he lost 11k on the week just gone. His break even is also not going to be too good. Sin not going to play for the early parts of the season. Blakely likely doesn't get in for the entire year unless it's as a sub. Sturt projected to play this week. Bruin is now out. McAndrew won't play. Constable, we don't know when he will be back. We've got Will Day serving a 2-match ban right now, which has been they've contested that ban, so that could go down to 1. Or 0, but I assume it stays at 2 or at best gets to 1. Doherty is out for 4 to 6 weeks. I look at this team and there's not a lot going for it. I think it's about time to pull the plug on the experiment. I think it's safe to say that the Supercoach Plus optimizer teams, which this team stemmed from the autofill team at the beginning of the year, the intelligent autofill that Supercoach Plus offers, has been unsuccessful. I think it's safe to say that perhaps whichever mechanisms they're looking into at the moment haven't quite worked in terms of having a competitive Supercoach side. If I was someone who was just picking up the game for the very first time, and I just wanted to autofill my team, give me something slightly competitive, give me half decent trade suggestions so I could sort of know where I was going each week and sort of, go off the back of that. And also give me accurate enough predictions. As you saw, Tom Mitchell was our highest projected score this week for a 64. That is why he's captain, with Cripps as the second mark. So although they did get some picks right, Dacos, Will Day have been very successful. McKenna, Cripps has been good. LDU's been a huge success, but we traded him in. Zach Merritt, not great. Tom Mitchell before this week was fine, but all in all, we know he's not going to be a great pick. Taranto is good. Setterfield is very good as well. Philippou, the bench guys, this is where it all falls down. The bench guys are horrendous. Davey is the only bench guy here that even got games essentially, or games that weren't the sub. So Davey's the only player that you would start on this actual bench as a semi-competitive player. Otherwise, you're just going based off of what the round one team spit out and just trying to make all the money work. The optimizer really doesn't take into consideration the popular rookies and the rookies that you do need to start. So I don't know what the exact what the chemistry is that goes into that spits out these algorithms and gives you these players, but I don't think it's been successful. I believe Jackson started in our ruck. He's actually not been too bad the last 2 weeks. He might make a bit of money. Radaglia as well was one. I think he was on the ruck bench to start, and then we optimized it, and Jackson went forward, and McAndrew went into the ruck line, and Radaglia on field, which is fine. Radiglia's been fine. Marshall's a very popular pick. That's a good one. Dunkley, Rosie, the same. It traded in Chandler. Butters, I think a lot of people rejected this type of output from him. Bruin, the Bruin pick I don't really understand. He was a bit of a POD at the start of the year for Team Steel, and they threw him at us. Somewhat intelligent because he was gaining popularity among some circles, but also not exactly I would imagine Nat Fyfe would have been someone who's more suited to the auto pick type of situation. In a lot of teams, very popular Nat Fyfe and very cheap. So I don't know. I guess a lot of this sort of confuses me. After this week, I could continue it. I could just keep doing the same stuff, the same sideways trades, the same repetitive behavior that the algorithm gives us, and we'll rank approximately 150k for the year. At best, we could probably get to about 100k in spurts if it now is the captaincy. But you're just going to have so many weeks like this where, as you can see, it's not going to be competitive at all, and it's essentially it's coming on here and clicking buttons. I think I would rather start a brand new series and kick off with that and call this one a success for finding out the information in regards to what would we do if we were just lazy and didn't want to pick our teams, and the answer is we would struggle to even have anything nearly competitive. And it sort of just puts to bed a little bit that if anyone's using this, the trade assist or the optimizer button, I think you should probably stop it until they do something to sort of make it a little bit more competitive for people. It needs to spit out better results. Otherwise, if people with a team similar to this pressed optimize and the algorithm told them to captain Tom Mitchell, I'm sorry, but that's just not a competitive move. He'd had 3 tons leading up to this, which is fine. Up against Brisbane at the Gabba, a 64. We've got Dacos on our team averaging 135, LDU averaging 133, even Cripps 111. Any of these guys would have been better picks to have the armband. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure where they get the projected scores from, but it is obviously it's tough. Supercoach is really hard to predict things for. It's not a linear thing where you sort of just pick the guy who's going to get the most touches. We know so many other things go into the Supercoach scoring system, but it just seems like if Tom Mitchell's getting the highest projection on this team, something is at least a little bit wrong. So I think we can call this a success in providing information regarding the actual features themselves, and an unsuccessful season by the team. So I think I'll do this again next year, and I think it'd be good to compare. I might not do the team until day one, so Thursday night when all the teams are released. That's when I'll hit optimize, and maybe having the green ticks is what will sort of push the algorithm towards playing rookies from the start. But in this team here, we're just not going to get any cash to do anything. Everything is stalled. It is going to be sideways City. And if you want me to just post on Twitter each week what the suggested sideways trades are, I'm very happy to do so. But in terms of actual content, I think we've milked this one probably about as far as it can go. So I look forward to providing something for you next week, something new, or in a fortnight's time, something brand new. But I think in terms of updating this team, as you can see, we might be at a bit of a standstill. Now, my question of the day is, did you learn anything from this series? What do you take out of the recommended trades? What can Supercoach Plus do better to sort of give us more competitive trades or a more competitive team to start the season? Is that something that the algorithm needs to do better? So what do you think? Comment down below of what the entire series really taught you or what it meant to you. Are you someone who used the optimizer or the projected scores for captaincies or for fielding rookies, or sort of have you used anything like this in the past? Are you going to change your mind on that? And of course, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, you'll probably enjoy some of our other content. I do have a captains video going up shortly, and that'll be weekly content, and we have a bunch of other stuff here and there as well. So there will be a new series once this one concludes this week. Undecided what that is, so maybe comment down below if you have any ideas. We'll see you at your next Dr. Supercoach Appointment.